It is a beautifully cold day in Kimberley, but the conversations and guests that I have lined up for you today will certainly keep your seats hotter. I'm talking about the one and only and formidable businesswoman, Mrs. Sharifa Ferris. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
Tell me, how was your day?
Extremely busy, but that's how my days usually go. It's always busy.
Usually people, jumping straight into it, is that usually people create perceptions of someone without even knowing the facts. So if you were afforded an opportunity to introduce yourself to someone who doesn't know who Sharifa Ferris is, what would you say who she is, what she stands for, and what she believes in?
Wow, okay. I'm a people's person. I'm a go-getter, and I'm definitely somebody that you cannot place in a box. I'm not somebody that you can put forth as, oh, she's kind, or I'm different things all in one. So what you see is what you get. I believe in family. I believe in respect, and those are the values that I always try and teach my kids. You know, faith as well. I think my mom taught me that you may have all the riches in the world, but if you don't have values, it actually means nothing.
It's true, true. Well, powerful words that you said right there. And I believe that you are quite active, particularly with regards to the companies that you're involved in. Can you share a few of the companies that you're involved in and the products and services that it is that you offer?
Okay, so I do have one or two companies. One of them, we deal with construction and maintenance of buildings. I also used to do a bit of catering, but I moved away from that. Then we also into asphalt, cold asphalt, which is, you know, the product that they use to patch potholes. And one of my, I'd say one of the businesses that I'm currently not in anymore, but I used to own a nightclub, and I'm currently in the process of selling that. But yeah, it's a whole range of things that I do. I'm into mining as well. I do mining consulting for mining companies. So yeah, that's about it.
Well, you seem like a woman who fairly has balance to her life. Like you said, you own a club, or you used to own a club, and in the process of selling it. So talk to us about that process. How are you finding it? Is it easier to go through a maneuver around it compared to your competitive industry that it is, that your mining industry?
Wow, the clubbing industry is definitely very much different to your mining industry. There's a whole lot more responsibility that goes with it. Remember, you are taking people's lives, or responsibility for people's lives that are actually at your establishment. The safety of youngsters, which are so dear to my heart, literally lays or it's your responsibility. So there's a huge difference between the two. And I think that is one of the reasons why I actually sold it.
Wow, you've said quite a bit there, and I commend you for that.
Thank you.
The fact that you are opening yourself up to possibilities as well. It's not easy being in a competitive industry, but you're still opening and broadening your horizon.
Yes.
Now, I understand that the woman we see here today, there has been quite a journey, obviously. Can you talk to us about it, the journey of getting here and the experiences, and particularly to regards to the industry that you're in, how you're finding it?
Okay, my journey was nothing less than challenging, to be honest. It's in every part of my journey, in every company, in every business dealings that I've had, it has been challenging. First of all, being a female. Secondly, as I said before, I'm not the type to be put into a box. So in most cases, I usually choose the most challenging things to go into. And that for me was, till this day, is still one of the things that I or rather that I'm trying to change about the industry where females are classified as, less than a man. You are not really put on the same, you are not on par with your male counterpart, which is so unfair. So it's been really challenging. I've gone through a lot of things that have changed me as a person, not just in business, but personally as well. I've evolved, become more mature as to how I deal with things. Nothing that I do have today came easy. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And I think, when people look at you and they look at what car you drive and they see you going on a trip, it's almost like, oh wow, she has it all. Yet they don't know the hard work that actually went into it. The days where I literally have no time to myself. I get it at home and I get into bed and I'm down and out. The days when I feel so bad because my kids send me messages like, when are you coming home? And that is the worst part, because I am a mother first before I'm a businesswoman, and getting messages like that, sometimes it affects you. So it's not easy doing the things that I do.
Wow. You are quite busy, and you do speak of family. My takeaway from that is that you're very family oriented. So talk to me about the balance, how you balance work, your professional life, and how you balance your personal life. How are you able to get to a median that allows that to be a healthy work-life balance?
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's, oh no, I have this all figured out. I planned. No, I don't. Or rather, I didn't. So at one stage, everything became so much that I was just emotional with everything, but it was because I was frustrated. So having to, or rather, the key to managing everything is support. You have to have support of some sort. I know sometimes us as females, we like to be independent, and I do all this on my own, and it's not easy, and it's not always possible. So I do have support. My husband does support me. So there are a lot of times when I can't be the mom, so he has to step in to be the mom. Yeah. So it's literally support, and I guess prioritizing when you actually need to have family time. When it's family time, when it's work time.
With that, and I'm aware that you're also a candidate for Premier, and you also wear a lot of hats provincially.
Yes.
You occupy office. Then do you not feel that you're already adding more pressure to the pressure that you're feeling? What's going to make it more difficult juggling, because now you're adding more onto what you already have?
Yes, I'm definitely adding more, but I think that's just me. I'm always looking for a challenge, and that's not to say that politics is a challenge for me. No, it's not. I literally believe that this is something that God wants me to do. A lot of people won't agree. I used to do community work. I was an activist even before politics, and I found myself getting into the space of politics slowly but surely. And I tried not to get it because I was anti-politics. Yeah. But then, I sat one day and I said to God, I was like, our country is in such a disarray. And as I said, I'm a people's person. And I fight for what's right. I stand up for what's right, even if it means standing alone. And I do believe that our country needs help. And somebody needs to step up and do it. And complaining about it is not going to do anything. We need to actually get in there and do something. And I prayed. I honestly prayed, and I said to God that, if this is what you want me to do, if this is the path you want to take me in order for you to use me, then do that. And if this is what I need to do to help my fellow people, then let it be. And next best thing, I was announced as the premier candidate as well as the provincial chairperson. But yeah, I used, they say the tongue is mightier than the sword, and I said this 2 years ago to a friend of mine, and I made a joke, and I'm like, yeah, I'll probably be the premier of the Northern Cape. in the Patriotic Alliance, because that's a party that I'm the premier candidate for. As a joke, literally as a joke. I didn't even join the party at that time. And I never said that to anybody besides her. And 2 years later, when it was announced, I called her and I asked her, do you remember what I said to you? And that is how I found myself into politics. It was, to me, it was a sign. This is what you need to do. I don't know for how long, but this is what I needed to do at that time. And in this time, sorry.
For me, I genuinely feel like you are the epitome of female leadership. I mean, you are in two competitive industries. Firstly, your mining industry and the other. So do you feel that you're a threat to men?
Wow. Definitely, 1000%. I wouldn't say I'm a threat to men. I definitely can say that men are so intimidated by me. And I wouldn't say I have no idea why. I think it's my personality. The thing about me is I have been at a place where I was so insecure about myself. And as I said earlier, I grew emotionally into who I am today. So I know myself. And because I know myself, when I step into a room with confidence because I know who I am. And I think a lot of men take that, as me, or they take it the wrong way. And I do come across as, as being, I wouldn't say conceited.
Yes.
But I come across, they are intimidated by me. And it's nothing that I say, it's nothing that I do. Because in most cases, there's not even a conversation. It's just me stepping into a room and them feeling intimidated. So I guess it's on them. Unfortunately, yes.
Well, I too agree that it is on them.
Yes.
Also, you bring so much more to the table, and honestly, gender shouldn't even be a thing that's your tool they use against you, because you have so much to offer. I'm aware that also your wife, your mom, because you spoke about that. So given that in this situation that I'm giving you, is that if you were tasked with preparing Last Supper for your family, what dish would it be and why?
Wow, you are probably thinking that I'm going to say, like a fancy French dish or something. No, it would be pap and chicken. Pap and chicken curry. That is my family's ultimate favorite. If I want to make any of them happy, even my daughter, when she comes home and she visits, the first thing she asks, are you cooking pap and chicken? So I would cook pap and chicken. I can see you flabbergasted. You can't believe really pap and chicken.
I was genuinely expecting like pasta, something. But I love the fact that that kind of speaks into how rooted you are.
Yes.
Because you're not trying to keep on or make people perceive a particular personality about you. Definitely. You are rooted and you are sticking to that. That is the kind of leadership we need. And that is why I said that you are the epitome of female leadership for me. Now, with that understanding, now we're moving back into business. Tell me what advice would you give to aspiring, it could be young women, but aspiring entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs, or those who are just starting off their businesses? Are there specific tools or skill sets they need to have in order for them to catapult their success in the industry?
If I had to give advice, just the realest advice ever is, we don't really understand how difficult it is to start your own business. Everybody has this idea that, oh no, I'm going to start my business and I'm going to get funding and I'm going to do all this. And some people do get funding. They get funding and they have brilliant ideas, but they don't really know what goes into business. So if I had to give advice to somebody that is really starting their own business, is equip yourself with the necessary tools to understand what it actually takes to run a business. We have so many CETAs that give training, on financial management and how to actually manage your business. Equip yourself with those type of trainings. Just wanting to start a business and having the money to start the business will never sustain a business. You actually need the tools to equip yourself, to teach yourself what happens when I'm not making any money. How do I keep my business afloat when, I'm not selling anything or I'm not making any profits? How can I change the way I market my business in order to get clients in? There's a lot of factors that goes into running a business that I think our young entrepreneurs are not equipped with.
Okay, I understand that you're a dog lover. Talk us into, because we walked into your house and we just were so shocked that you have so many dogs. How many are they, and what are the names of them, and also what was the process in terms of naming it? Because I believe that when you name a pet, you obviously it's something dear to you and you'd name it for a particular reason. Can you also just talk to us about that?
Okay, I actually only have two. They are very loud, so they sound like 20. I have a toy pom, which is a very small one, and then a German Shepherd, which is very big. My German Shepherd is about this tall. I love pets. However, I'm going to be honest that my kids are actually the owners of those pets. But our pets are like our kids. When we go on a holiday and we on our way home, and even my son would say, "Oh, I miss Cody." Cody's the small one, and then Zena is the German Shepherd. So I named Zena, probably speaking to my personality again. The reason I named her Zena was she's a female, so I just felt she is like a Greek goddess. And Zena sounds like a Greek name to me, so I said it was either going to be Zena or Zeus, being a Greek god. Yes, because somebody powerful and beautiful. So it was a female, and then that was Zena. The toy pom, who is Cody, is actually my son's dog, the little one. He was about a year old when I bought Cody, and Cody was 6 weeks. So the two of them grew up as friends. So they are actually in charge of the dogs, and my little boy actually named the puppy as well. The little one, sorry, Cody. Yes.
Would you consider getting more dogs?
My husband will never allow that. So no. No for now.
Thank you. Right, everyone. We will get back to you with more details on this sit down with Miss Sharifa Ferris. See you after the break. And just like that, we are back, and we are still with the lovely Miss Sharifa Ferris. Now we're putting you on the spot. We need to understand your political background. Are there any challenges you're facing in any of the offices you occupy politically?
So many. I think we all are aware of the fact that South Africa is in crisis. We have issues like load shedding in South Africa itself. If I just have to speak on home ground, in Kimberley specifically, our city is filthy. We have roads that they're not even roads anymore. They are more potholes than they are actually tar. We have a water crisis, a recurring water crisis in Kimberley. We have Warrington that is, at this moment, I think Warrington does not have water for the past 5 months. So we have a lot of challenges. We have a South Africa that is run down. So imagine having to come in and having to want to fix all of those things, but cannot do anything at the moment.
Yeah, it's quite sad.
Yes.
It's quite sad, and we hope that to see the change very soon. So now usually people align political leaders as people with fake promises. What makes you then different?
I think my personality, the person that I was before politics, speaks for itself. I'm not someone to make promises that I can't keep. So I would rather refrain from making any promises before I do. I'm somebody, I keep to my word. I'm a honest person. I'm a people's person. So if I agree to do something, I will do that. So I understand, and I do get it, because I mean, we've all been brainwashed with politicians in the past that, okay, we say certain things because we want something from you. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm not doing this to benefit anything for myself. I'm doing this because I need to see the change in South Africa.
I certainly can testify to the fact that you are a woman of your word. I mean, you agreed to do this interview with us. With any further ado, like you say that leaders build leaders. So I would love to understand, or we would love to understand what your plan is for equipping people in leadership serving under you.
I think, leaders currently do not have to be leaders just because they are politically educated. We are living in a country that has so many educated political leaders that are doing absolutely nothing for the country. I think it's easy for us as the current leadership to actually mold those around us. You just need to be a humanitarian. You need to care about the people and not just yourself. So being as young as I am, yes, I'm young, I do believe that, technology plays a big role in molding leadership these days, and it's something that we have not taken serious enough. So I would definitely take that route in molding those around me with equipping them with the necessary skills that they need in the political sphere, so to say.
Times have certainly changed, and we need developed or leaders who also understand that in order to do things to serve their people, they need to move with them. So now how can we, as the general public, buy into your vision as an aspiring or incoming premier?
I am one of you, so to say. I'm one of the people from the general public that decided to stand up. I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing this for my kids, your kids, and our kids. I'm doing this because I do believe that, as I said before, somebody needs to stand up. Somebody needs to do something about this. And I commit myself, as I have in the past, to do the absolute best. Not to benefit myself, but to benefit this country and the people of this country. And that is the promise that I can make. That's the only promise I can make. That I will do my best, the best that I can for this province.
Wow. A selfless leader is what I'm getting from what you just said. So in closing, as your closing statement, let us know what's next. What can we expect from you from a business, personal, and a political perspective?
Personal, I guess we keep doing what we're doing, keeping the family together. Business, there are a few new prospects that I'm looking at, but not definite yet. So we'll have to keep that, we'll keep it quiet for now. You'll always give your secrets out. Politically, there's a lot coming. There's a lot of hard work. There's a lot of things that we need to change in our country. And as I said before, it's not going to be easy. Not being in power makes it absolutely difficult for you to create change that you want to. Everything that we do, everything that I do currently is self-funded, is by the works of our hands. We have volunteers and myself that literally go out and do the work ourselves. I'm not the type of leader to sit in my car and give instructions. I get out, I get dirty, I clean parks if I have to, because we need to lead by example. We have a lot of work coming up, especially given the fact that November is registration weekend for elections for 2024. So it's a lot of traveling. And as I said before, it's a lot of hard work. We need to educate our people on that, the fact that their voices is actually their weapons. Their voices and their votes are actually the only thing that can change the trajectory of this country and nothing else.
Right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in this lovely sit down with me, Devozita, joined by the formidable businesswoman, Mrs. Sharifa Ferris. We wish her all the best in her future endeavors, and we thank you for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next episode. That's from me, Devozita, and the rest of the Black Spot Media production crew. See you next time.